Now that we've looked at the condition or assumption of normal large in more detail, I want to touch on all of these assumptions quickly and talk about how realistic they are for using in the real world. So our assumptions and conditions are that we have a simple random sample from the population of interest, and that there's not really much non-response or other practical difficulty, and that the population is large compared to the size of the sample. The second one is that the variable we measure has an exactly normal distribution. And the third one is the most intriguing one of all. For some reason, we don't know the actual population mean mu, but we were able to find the population standard deviation sigma. So none of these three are really very practical. The idea that we would have a perfect simple random sample and exactly normal distribution, or that we would know this population standard deviation sigma are not realistic. However, we start with these simplified conditions to give you the building blocks to move up to more complicated situations. And specifically, we're going to move into a t distribution in chapter 20, which is very similar to the z. And the z distribution is based on that normal curve that we used in chapter 3. So that's why this is such a nice one to use, has really nice probabilities that work out well. So it's a good introduction to confidence intervals. It's just unfortunate that it's not very realistic for the real world. But when we get to a t distribution, the thing that'll change is that we'll use our sample standard deviation, and that is realistic. All right, so a couple quick notes here. You do have the notes that you can turn in the homework. There's no quiz specifically for chapter 16. The quiz for 16 is combined with the one for 17. It'll still be the same length as the other ones, but these two ideas kind of go really well together in a single quiz.